Hello, nice to meet you. My name is JJ. Can you tell me your full name? What can I call you? Alright, so in this first part of the test, I'm going to ask you some general questions about yourself. Let's first of all talk about where you live. What kind of accommodation or housing do you live in? What's the difference between where you're living now and where you have lived in the past? Which room does your family or yourself spend most of the time in? All right, and now let's talk about space. Have you learned about outer space and stars? And do you like science fiction movies? Why? Why not? Okay, and do you want to know more about outer space? All right, and now we're going to talk about geography. Do you like geography? Have you ever studied geography at school? Okay, and are you good at reading a map? All right, so now we are going to move on to the second part of the test. So here I'm going to give you a topic and I would like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. But before you talk, you will have 1 minute to prepare and think about what you're going to say. And you can make notes if you wish. All right? Okay, so the cue card question is, describe a popular place for sports that you've been to. Can you start speaking now, please? All right, and in this last part of the test, I'm going to ask you more general questions related to your topic. And the first question is, do young people like to do sports? Okay, and what are the benefits of sports for young children? All right, and do you think it is necessary to build public sports spaces? Okay, and what do you think of companies donating sports venues for poor children? All right, so the exam is over. Good job, guys. Now I'm going to show you my band score 8 answers to all these questions. What kind of housing or accommodation do you live in? I live in a 3-bedroom apartment with my family. I've been living there for about 8 years now. Well, the house is not that big, but it's the perfect size for the 3 of us to live comfortably in. What's the difference between where you're living now and where you have lived in the past? Well, there is not much difference between the two, except for one thing that's changed a lot, my room. Well, I bought lots of new furniture, including a king-size bed and a comfy chair. Plus, it has a large window that lets in abundant natural light. Which room does your family or you spend most of the time in? Well, I spend most of the time in my room. I really like my room because, well, as I said, it has all the furniture I need and a huge window as well. So I often read a book or play guitar in my room. Have you ever learned about outer space and stars? I've never learned much about outer space and stars. Well, I briefly learned about them in school, but I forgot everything. All I know are a few constellations and some knowledge from movies. That's all. Do you like science fiction movies? Why? Why not? Yes, I'm fond of science fiction movies. You know, Gravity and Star Wars and so on. I love sci-fi movies because, well, no particular reason. It's just something that I really enjoy. You know, time flies by when I watch it. Do you want to know more about outer space? Yes, if I have a chance, I would love to learn more about outer space. Although I know almost nothing about space now, it seems like it's something that the more you know, the more it gets intriguing. Do you like geography? Yes, I would say that I'm interested in it. I mean, I like to look at maps and watch documentaries related to geography, but I don't know much about geography, to be honest. just basic knowledge. Have you ever studied geography at school? I briefly learned about geography at school, but I forgot almost everything. Well, I've learned more about it from some documentaries and movies. Are you good at reading a map? Well, I'm not really good at reading maps, to be honest. But, nowadays, there are a lot of apps that help me find the right directions. So thanks to technology, I just need my phone to get directions. Describe a popular place for sports that you've been to. Well, okay, let me tell you about the public park that I often go to and has lots of people doing various workouts. I often go to the public park, which is within walking distance from where I live. Well, the park is huge, so if you go there, you can find many people working out there. Running, cycling, and playing tennis. It's a huge park offering tennis courts, bike trails, and even a place to fish. I've seen people fishing there many times. Well, moreover, it's a great place to take a walk when the weather is nice. It has beautiful views of nature, well-managed walking trails through the trees and all kinds of flowers. So I go bike riding in that park on weekends. I have a friend who also loves cycling, and he's the one who I usually go bike riding with. It's a perfect place for us to ride bicycles since it has nice long bike trails and beautiful views. I really enjoy it, which helps me to relieve my stress and feel refreshed. Anyway, so when I got this cue card question, this park immediately came to mind. Do young people like to do sports? Well, it really depends on the person, Some young people like to do lots of extreme sports, while others just hate doing any workouts. However, young people around me are quite interested in doing some sports like cycling or playing tennis. I also got quite into cycling these days. It's good for health, and also it is so much fun. What are the benefits of sports for children? Well, there are a number of benefits of sports for children, but most importantly, it helps them to reduce stress and anxiety. So after they exercise on a regular basis, they may feel much more energetic and less stressed. Plus, obviously, doing sports is good for their physical health. Is it necessary to build public sports spaces? Well, it is generally considered necessary. It provides places for people to work out regularly, which offers a lot of benefits, such as weight control, reducing stress and anxiety. And there is the public park near my house. You can find many people working out there. It also has beautiful views of nature, well-managed walking trails. Yeah, so this kind of place plays an important role for residents. What do you think of companies donating sports venues for poor children? Well, in my opinion, that's a positive effort to make a better society. Having a place to enjoy sports will have a significant impact on children. Well, as I said earlier, if they exercise regularly, it helps them to reduce stress and anxiety. Of course, the kids will be more energetic. So there's no doubt that donating sports venues for children is a wonderful thing to do.